everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I am showing you my completed pages. So this is the completed pages for April 2025. I have completed my average is between 5 to 7 pages and I have completed 5 pages this month. I'm 1 page out of my project book and I have got into 2 untouched books this month, as that is my goal for 2025, to see how many or to try and get into as many untouched books as possible. Well, it was actually to get into all my untouched books, but you know how it is, if we add books to our collection, then it's not always possible to get to every single one. So I am trying my best to get to as many as possible. And yeah, so let's get started. The first book I have is my project book, Small Victories by Johanna Basford, and let me just zoom you in a bit. Okay, so the page that I picked out was this spring wreath page, and I have used Brute Funer's squares, and then I used some Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid gel pen and some Sakura Jelly Roll Stardust for the glittering and the flowers, if you can see that on here. For the writing, I looked that up online and then I did my own version of fancy writing, and I used super golden markers for that and then the dotting behind it. For the colour combos on these orange flowers here, I used the colour combos from Pamela's Passion for Pencils YouTube channel. She has like Brute Funer's squares and then she has different combinations, and I will link her channel in my description box. So that was another page out of Small Victories and another one done out of my project book this month. The next book I have is The Seasons book by Rita Berman. I'm not going to pronounce this because it's in German, and this was a buddy colour with a group of girls off of Facebook, and we chose to do this bunny rabbit page. I called it an Easter rabbit, and I wanted to use a colour. I knew I wanted to use a colour palette for this, so I picked out this Colour Cube card 041 from Sarah Renee Clark's Colour Cube, and I think I matched up the colours pretty nicely, and I really like how the sort of the outcome came out. It was quite once I got the colours picked, it was quite a simple one to do, and yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it. So I used Brute Funer's and to colour it, and then a Jelly Roll white and Stardust on some of the I think, yeah, on the dotting around the outside. I don't know if that's picking up the sparkle, and I used a Derwent blender pencil for some of it as well. And yeah, that was it really. It went from a hashtag rabbits April 2025. I have a hashtag that I host over on Instagram each month, and I usually pick prompts each month, but this month I didn't because I had a lot of Easter pages that I wanted to get done. I say a lot, there was more picked out than I actually got done, but I knew that I wanted to do those pages rather than pick the prompts, so I did that instead, but I still had a hashtag. So yeah, I will show the other ladies' pages here. And I just love how how the same page turns out completely differently with the different colour schemes that we use, soft or bright colours, and yeah, it's so much fun colouring with you girls. So thank you very much for buddying with me. The next page I've got is, I have to zoom you back out again I think to get this all in. Just a tad, is the Creative Haven Garden Gnomes by Teresa Goodridge, and this is, well, I hadn't got this in my plans for this for April, but I wanted to do, there's a Facebook group that do a challenge each month, and I am out of Teresa Goodridge's books, and I wanted to join in this month. I haven't joined in for a few months, so I wanted to join in, and it was for the Facebook competition Nature Awakes. So it had to be like spring and really bright colours, sort of, because we've been in the winter and the autumn months and they've been sort of dull, and then it was make sure it was bright. And I used Shaw and Marsh dual tip art markers, which are the alcohol ones, mainly because that is what I have used on the gnomes in the past before I got the Ohuhus. And then I used Brute Funa's. Oh yeah, I did use Ohuhu alcohol markers in here as well. I was going to say there's so many different colours that I don't have that all in my set. I used Brute Funa's for the shading over the top. Signo white gel pen for some of the highlights. Also Posca white paint pen. Pentel dual metallic hybrid. Silver gel pen. You can see it here in the wheels. And a Jelly Roll white pen and Stardust. So I've used a lot of gel pens. So the main base was sort of alcohol markers, Brute Funa's over the top, and then a lot of gel pens for the detailing. So I really like how, can you see, I really like how in the trees I've done I think it's called a stippling technique, where you just dot it on. And then I've just done some shading on the grass, and I've actually done all these glitter in these flowers down here. I don't know if that's going to show up, but I really like how, and some sort of gold glitter on these daffodils here. So I really like how bright and bold this page is, and yeah, I'm glad that I've got back into another Creative Haven book. So that is Garden Gnomes by Teresa Goodridge. The next book I did, well, the last two books are both untouched books, and this one was a gift from one of my subscribers. So this is Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlson, and it was an untouched book, so I wanted to do a page in it. And the page that I did was this page just here. I called it The Framed Flower, and I had a lot of fun. I chose a simple page to get me started in this book for one. I used Woomers and Brute Funa pencils, a gold gel pen, Pentel dual metallic hybrid. Now that was mainly for the dotting around the frame here, if you can see that in the light, and a Uniball Signo white on the flower here. And yeah, I knew that I wanted a gold frame, and I haven't done a lot of gold before, so I had already got a combo that I'd come up with, but using, I believe it was my Woomer pencils, and then I just sort of went with that, and I like how that turned out. But yeah, that was a practice for me, and rather than just using either a gold pencil or a gold gel pen, I used browns, yellows to get that effect, and I hope that shows up gold rather than brown for you that you can see. And I think I used some Pentel dual metallic hybrid on this, on the middle of the flower here as well. So yeah, just a quite a simple page, and I didn't think it needed a background or anything, because I don't know, not every page needs a background, and because it's quite bold, bright and bold anyway, I left it as that because I think it stands out on its own. So that was a page out of Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hannah Carlson. My last page that I did was another untouched book, and it is Nightfall by Maria Troll, and I did this as a buddy colour with Kaleidoscopic Colours off of Instagram, Laura, and we chose, I don't know whether it was me or her that chose the page anyway, not sure, but we chose this, well, I called it a rabbit amongst flowers, and so I've kept the colour combinations here so that I can transfer it onto this other page here. Laura did manage to get both pages done, which was really good. But yeah, I will be transferring these colours over to here because they're the same flowers. And on this page I used Woomers and Brutfuna squares, a Sakura Jelly Roll, a white, Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid, Uniball Signo white, and it was for my hashtag rabbits April 2025. I looked at the registry at the back of the book for the flowers and then referenced the colours on the images from the online, and I am happy with this page. It was one of those pages that I was really trying to get done at the end of the month, and it's got so much small detail within these flowers. You need a really sharp pencil to do sort of the lines. I wasn't too sure on the butterfly here, but I think with contrast to the other colours, I think overall it's turned out quite well. I think once I've got this second page done here, I think it will look nice and coherent as a double page. I'm trying to look for the Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid that I've used, where the glitter is. You can see. Oh, did I use it on the... Oh, I used it on the butterfly's eyes here. That's where I used it. I knew I hadn't used too much, but just on the butterfly's eyes, if that's showing up on the camera. And then, yeah, the white Uniball Signo white, and then I used some white in the fur here as well. I'm getting more and more confident doing the fur detail. I've done it on sort of bears and animals now, so I'm getting more confident with that, and I like how it's turned out. And I shall show Laura's page here, and I absolutely just love... We've done the same sort of colour scheme even in the butterfly, and yeah, I mean, you can't go too far different with having the same colour of flowers, but I just love how she's coloured her bunny rabbit. I never thought of doing a brown bunny rabbit. I always had grey in mind, but yeah, thank you very much for budging with me, Laura, and I'm sure we'll do some more again in the future. So yeah, that is all my pages from this month. I think that my favourite page was... I actually really like how the rabbit turned out in here, just because just how identical to the colour palette I got it, and I just love the paper in Rita Berman books as well. So yeah, and the more I do of Rita Berman pages, the more I fall in love with them. So I think this was my favourite page for the month. If you want to leave me a comment with your favourite page that I've done, then that would be great, and I love to see all your comments. I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone that joined in my hashtag, or does join in my hashtags each month. And my next hashtag is up, and that's on my May plans video, which I can link in the description box below. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a nice May, and I hope you can colour lots. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.